Publicly, Mena had moved on. But behind the scenes, she still carried bruises a kind you couldn't see. When Sierra's accusations first exploded online, Erica didn't defend her. But she didn't shut the rumors down either. Tasha K wasted no time calling her out. In her next video, she smirked into the camera. "Oh, I see Erica trying to join the choir now. But where was that energy when you had your own mess? You stayed quiet then. And now that we see the footage and, no, Sierra lied, you want to act like you knew something all along. Girl, stop." Fans split into two camps. Some thought Erica had every right to speak up. Others accused her of chasing clout. Either way, her post reignited the fire. Mendeecees Harris saw the post too. He didn't like it, didn't comment, read it once, and knew what it meant. Another messy wave was coming. Yandy Smith-Harris, on the other hand, was livid. She immediately called the network, demanding to know if Erica had been given the green light to film again. The producer tried to calm her. "We haven't approved anything. She just posted." Yandy wasn't convinced. "Don't lie to me," she snapped. The producer hesitated, then admitted, "It's a big moment. We'd be stupid not to consider it." That was all Yandy needed to hear before hanging up. Across town, Sierra saw the chaos too. Erica's post gave her a spark of confidence. She texted her, "Appreciate you." Erica replied, "Do you, sis?" And just like that, a new reality TV alliance was born, not built on friendship, but on convenience. But Tasha K wasn't done. In her next upload, she dropped another recording, this time from a phone call. ALLEGEDLY, captured by someone in the makeup department. In the clip, a producer's voice could be heard saying, "She knows how to create moments. It's not like he actually did anything, but the way she sold it. Genius." Tasha froze the audio and glared into the camera. "Genius? Y'all think it's genius to let a black man's image get dragged like this? Genius to watch Yandy break down on live defending her husband? I call it disgusting." That episode became Tasha's most watched of the year. Meanwhile, the pressure on VH1 was boiling over. Publicists scrambled. Emails leaked. Fans demanded statements, but the network stayed silent, quietly pushing the next episode back and blaming technical delays. Mendeecees wasn't asking for revenge or airtime. All he wanted was accountability. To publicly admit he didn't deserve what happened, Yandy was done waiting. She booked her own interview with a respected national outlet. Calm and clear, she told the host, "My husband's name was dragged through the dirt over a scene built on lies. People twisted his past into something it wasn't. They didn't wait for the truth. And now that the truth is out, the apology is nowhere to be found." The clip went viral. Sierra saw it, hand boiled. She felt cornered, betrayed by the very system she thought was protecting her. And worst of all, the moment she had crafted was now being used to destroy her. In a tense meeting with producers, Sierra finally snapped, "Y'all told me to be real, to speak my truth. Now I'm getting death threats." The producer leaned forward. "No one told you to lie." Sierra shot back, "I didn't lie, just didn't think it would turn into this." He stared at her, but it did. That same night, Erica went live. Thousands joined instantly. She started soft. "I wasn't going to say anything, but I've been watching this and it's triggering for me and for a lot of us. I'm not saying Sierra lied. I'm saying sometimes people say things on camera they wouldn't say in real life." The comments exploded, but Erica didn't explain further. She took a slow sip of her drink and ended the live. By morning, Mendeecees had made his decision. "If they want me to film again, they've got to air the whole truth, the clips, the calls, everything, or I walk." Yandy agreed. Inside VH1's editing room, 3 producers sat in front of the raw footage. No dramatic cuts, no confessionals, just the scene as it really happened. They replayed the moment Sierra entered, calm, calculated, waiting until the cameras rolled before speaking. They watched Mendeecees' confusion turn to frustration, and they kept rewinding one line. "You made me feel like you could," with that perfectly timed pause. One producer finally said what no one wanted to admit. "This doesn't feel honest." Meanwhile, Sierra was falling apart behind closed doors. Fan pages that once hyped her were turning off comments. Old drama was resurfacing. Her team tried damage control by arranging an interview with a mid-tier blogger, but the questions were sharp, and her answers felt rehearsed. Viewers weren't buying it. In contrast, Mendeecees.com/measured podcast interview was shifting public opinion. He didn't cry or rage, he just laid out the facts. Inside the network's headquarters, meetings turned into full-blown crisis management. Someone suggested a face-to-face sit-down between Sierra and Mendeecees, moderated by a respected mental health advocate. When the call came, Mendeecees didn't answer right away. But later, he agreed on one condition. If she lies again, I'm walking out. The next morning, Sierra agreed to, not out of guilt, but because she could feel her grip on the narrative slipping in a small Atlanta studio. The two sat down. No audience. No dramatic music. Just two chairs, a table, and the mediator. Sierra spoke first about her past. About how certain moments can trigger old fears. Mendeecees listened, arms folded. Then he spoke about coming home from prison, about having to prove himself in every room he entered. Finally, he looked her in the eye. You knew what saying I made you feel unsafe would sound like on camera. You knew what you were doing. Sierra paused. Did I lean in? Yes. Was I mad? Absolutely. But I never threatened. I didn't think it would go this far. But it did, Mendeecees replied. You didn't want to ruin my name, but you did. The mediator asked if they could acknowledge each other's pain. After a long pause, they both nodded. Forgiveness, not closure, but a step. The footage aired in full. Fans reacted with anger, sympathy, and surprisingly, the network's caption read, "When the camera stops, the truth begins." Mendeecees didn't celebrate. He went quiet, focusing on his kids. Sierra disappeared from the spotlight. Her tone and timing forever changed, and while love and hip-hop moved on, nothing was the same. Cast members were more guarded. Producers were more careful. And fans were far less willing to believe everything they saw. Because this wasn't just another storyline. This was a warning proof that in the wrong moment, the wrong words can collapse everything. The internet was in flames. And love and hip-hop fans were in shock after Tasha K pulled a move no one saw coming. She dropped a leaked audio recording from the now infamous scene between Sierra and Mendeecees Harris, and if what's on that tape is even close to real. Then the entire story we thought we knew has been turned on its head. For days, whispers had been floating around about what truly happened on set: the yelling, the walkout, and Sierra's claim that Mendeecees made her feel unsafe. But now, the chaos had a soundtrack. In the leaked clip, you can allegedly hear Sierra backstage laughing, joking, and hinting that she was about to shake the table when the cameras rolled. Fans were stunned. Some accused her of staging the whole scene, while others wondered if VH1 had known it was fake from the start. At the heart of it all were Mendeecees and Yandy Smith-Harris, two people tired of staying quiet while their names were being dragged through the mud. Tasha K didn't just post the audio. She broke it down piece by piece, adding timestamps, naming names, and stirring a storm. When she uploaded the video, she didn't even use her usual loud all caps title, just a simple warning. You're going to want to hear this. The thumbnail was understated, just her in her studio with one eyebrow raised, like she already knew the bomb she was about to drop. The moment viewers hit play, it was over. Tasha had proof, recordings, and zero plans to hold back. She started slow, sipping from her wine glass, saying, I usually mind my own business unless I get dragged into the mess. But when I got this clip, I said, no way. Not him. Not like this. Not again. She leaned into the mic and said, let's get into it. What came next glued fans to their screens. The audio played Sierra's voice calm. Watch how I flip this scene. I'm about to make this moment mine. Those words alone shifted the entire conversation. Suddenly, it didn't sound like fear, it sounded like strategy. Tasha stopped the clip and looked straight into the camera. That don't sound like no scared woman to me. That sounds like someone chasing a headline. And the worst part, the producers let it happen. Social media exploded. Screen recordings of the leak were everywhere. Comments like caught in 4,000 inches, and so she really lied, huh? Mendeecees again was at the center of a storm he didn't start. At home, Mendeecees and Yandy watched the video together in silence. The blinds were drawn, their phones buzzing non-stop, but neither picked up. When Sierra's voice played, Yandy froze. She really said that, she whispered. Mendeecees leaned back, staring at the ceiling. It's what I was afraid of. Even with proof, people will still twist it. Some fans were starting to believe him, others weren't. The damage was already burned into the show and into his name. Meanwhile, fans flooded VH1's pages, demanding answers. Some called for an apology, others wanted Sierra gone, and a few even demanded the episode be pulled entirely. The network stayed silent, but behind the scenes, executives were in crisis meetings. One insider admitted, if it looks like we let a false story air, we're done. Another argued it was too late. Tasha K had already made the footage public. While the network debated, Sierra stayed quiet. But silence didn't slow the fire, it fed it. People began digging up her old interviews where she had called Mendeecees aggressive. Fans questioned whether she had been planting this storyline for months. A makeup artist posted cryptically, "That's why I keep my camera rolling on set. People be acting." Then Mendeecees got a call from a producer he'd trusted for years. "We didn't know it would blow up like this," they said. Mendeecees shot back, "You watched her say it. You filmed it. This is my real life, not a storyline." He hung up before they could respond. Later that night, Tasha K posted again, dropping a second clip where Sierra said, "I ain't scared of that man, but I know how to make it look like I am." Tasha shook her head on camera. "This is why real victims aren't believed anymore. You're playing with something dangerous." This time, the reaction was even bigger. Celebrities weighed in, blogs reposted, and the outrage spread. It wasn't just about Mendeecees and Sierra anymore, it was about the producers, the network, and whether reality TV had finally crossed a line. That's when Yandy finally went live. Her voice was calm, but her eyes told the story. "As a wife, as a mother, I'm hurt. Hurt that my husband's name was thrown into the fire for a storyline. Hurt that the people we work with didn't protect him. And hurt that fear was used as a weapon for entertainment."